And welcome back, everybody. This is Movies Beyond. I'm Callum, that's Kyle. Kyle, how are we doing, Fanta?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like Fanta.
Fucking love Fanta.
Yep, Kyle loves Fanta. He's back. He is no longer climbing on trees or working, is what he said.
I was working
Yeah.
late.
But everyone, shh, you don't know what I said about him.
I don't watch your solo videos because of shit.
You know, they get more
About
views,
that?
mate. They get more views than when you're in them.
Yeah, the runtime's lower, that's why.
Well, we're going to have some absolute bangers today. Isn't that right, Kyle? Because Kyle's produced the whole show today. So that's why it looks like there's been more love and care put into it.
Mate, it's just AI. I didn't do what I just said. AI, do that for me.
They took our jobs! Anyway, yeah, should we get into our first topic?
Yeah.
Yep. Dune Prophecy. Do you know it's going to be so funny you've put this whole thing together and you hadn't even watched the trailer? That'd be fucking hilarious.
No, I've
You
watched
have,
the trailer.
right, you have watched the trailer
I've
for
watched
Dune
the trailer,
Prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what starts off 10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides.
It's sure it's 10,000.
Yeah.
I feel like it will.
10,000 years. I've had a look. It is, from what I've seen, this is connected to the films.
Yeah.
So, that's good. We're getting more Dune this year. Okay. That's great. And do you know what I loved about this trailer? It's
Yeah.
very... You know, we say Dune is space Game of Thrones, but the stuff they're dealing with in this trailer was very Game of Thrones, very early season Game of Thrones, all the backstabbing and the plotting. And it's like the Bene Gesserit, they've got this 10,000 year plan.
Yeah, 10,000 years, you're right, sorry. I just have to look that up.
Don't question me again, mate. So yeah, 10,000 year plan that they've got. And seeing that come to fruition in the Dune films, well, kind of gets messed up.
I want to say this: how, when, what, and why? When the fuck do they film this? When does this? Because I didn't know anything about this show. This is the first time I've been exposed to it. I had no idea this was coming out.
I remember hearing something about it, but I completely just went. But I heard about this. I'm pretty sure I heard about this. I could be wrong. Like before we even started doing the show, which we've nearly been doing for a year now. Which, what the hell? But yeah, it looks like the lead actress in this is what's her name from Chernobyl?
It's Chernobyl. Yeah,
Chernobyl. Yep, that's it. Chernobyl. Chernobyl. And she played obviously the scientist in that represented all the different ones from Poland, I believe, who helped with it. Now, she were great in that. Obviously, she'll be great in this. What are your thoughts on the trailer? Did you like it? Does it make you think, I don't know if we need this much Dune, I'd rather just wait until Messiah, or are you up for it?
I'm up for it. I'm just scared because the Dune films are very much his sort of like. I mean, fair enough. It's set 10,000 years before, so you know it's got a bit of room to sort of breathe and be its own thing. But at the same time, it's like I don't want it to get in the way of like to feel off with Denis Villeneuve's vision for the films.
Yeah,
I can imagine he's probably involved in it, but that's probably my biggest worry. But thankfully, it is set quite a substantial amount of time beforehand. I mean, it's like House of the Dragon. You know, that's set before Game of Thrones. You know.
Yeah, 300 years, but it feels like it's forever away. I mean, 300 years is a long time, but
yeah. So I think you know, the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. You know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. HBO, bring it on.
Yeah. Definitely bring it on.
I think it'll help ease that sort of waiting period for the next Dune movie, which will probably be Messiah. So
Yeah, which we know Denis doing a smaller film in between now as well.
yeah,
So we're going to have to get... I don't want to say get that out of the way, because I'm pretty sure whatever Denis is going to do next will be fantastic as well. But it's
yeah,
like, come on, I want Messiah, I want Messiah, I want Messiah.
yeah. Got me thinking though. I'm like, where's this Blade Runner show? I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah? Yeah, what's that?
Which Denny Villeneuve did the Blade Runner sequel, which was pretty damn good.
Yeah. So, yeah, new Dune, Prophecy, TV show, coming in as the Americans would call it, fall. Or as we like to say, autumn. So, back end of the year, we're getting that. I can't wait. More Dune, yes please. Right, let's get on to our next topic. It seems like a couple of spin-offs today. Kane from John Wick Chapter 4, played by Donnie Yen, has signed a deal with Lionsgate now. Chad Stahelski is also involved with this. This is part of his deal that he signed with Lionsgate to, produce some original films. We're getting a Kane spin-off. And they're going to start filming in Hong Kong next year.
I don't know why, but I thought we were getting this anyways.
It was talked about. Nothing was ever official. There were no pen on paper. But it's official now. This is coming to us from Deadline. Donnie Yen signed on. They've got writers attached. This, to me...
Hopefully it's not the Continental writers.
Well,
Jesus
yeah, this is what
Christ.
I'm saying. So we got the Continental, which one was leading up to that. The John Wick franchise had not let me down. And it was like, alright, I'm a bit let down now. But I mean, I didn't think I'd watch something from the John Wick universe that were that bad that we would be laughing at it.
Yeah.
But we was.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago, we reported that they're reshooting the ballerina. And apparently it's basically John Wick 3.5 now. They're just adding a lot of Keanu into it. So it's like, oh shit, maybe this franchise has run its course. It had 4, in my opinion, very good action films. Very good, top tier. And for me, it's 4's my favourite. I think it's the best one. 3's your favourite, innit? If I remember correctly. So I'm kind of not gone off the John Wick franchise because I'll always love it and there'll always be a place in my heart for it. But hearing this news that we're getting a Kane show, it's like, I don't want to say I forgot about the character, but I was like, this, to me, is the spin-off that makes sense. This is the one they should have done.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like every John Wick film always has this character that seems like they're going to have a spin-off or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just me. Obviously, in John Wick 1, Willem Dafoe's character, he could have had like a backstory or something like that, which would have been cool. And then 2,
Common.
you had the
Common's character, Cassius, yeah.
Yeah. I really thought we'd see him again, in the films, but I'm quite surprised we didn't. So,
professional courtesy.
Yeah, and then obviously in 3 you
Halle
had
Berry's character.
Yeah, Halle Berry. She was pretty good. She seemed to have already had a really, she seemed like she has a backstory that's actually real, and it's like, am I missed watching something, kind of thing. And then 4, obviously.
But then, you're naming all them characters, and then by the time you get to 4, Kane is the most fleshed out one already. And the better one out of them all. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You never know, this could be leading to a John Wick Avengers where, John Wick's dead, but we need to build a team, and it's Common's character, Donnie Yen's character, Halle Berry's character. And the tracker as well from the tracker from John Wick 4 as well. I wouldn't mind seeing something from him.
I think if they're gonna do a film where they sort of come together,
I don't think they're gonna, and I think that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, but the only premise I see is taking on the table, but I don't know. I kind of like that.
Taking on John Wick. But they're all friends. I'm sorry, dumb ideas.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. But you hear that this is official. What are your thoughts on, right, this is happening now, the filming next year. What do you think we're going to see? Do you think maybe we'll get Keanu back? Do you think John Wick 5 is done now. I wouldn't mind if the John Wick saga continued with Kane for another 3 films.
We'll have to wait and see, because we have to wait and see when is this set.
It's set after John Wick 4.
Oh, it's set after.
It's a continuation, yeah.
Okay.
So now that he's free from the table, but we know Hiroki Sanada's character, his daughter, is going after him.
Yeah.
Because obviously he killed him at the beginning of John Wick 4. Sorry, spoilers for John Wick 4. It came out last year. It made quite a decent amount of money, so I'm guessing you already saw it.
Yeah. I think probably we'll get Keanu in it, just because of it's like, it's Keanu. I mean,
yeah,
he will just sort of be a nice touch to the film, or maybe even just like a post-credit scene or something. But if not, I'm fine with it just being a sort of Kane solo run film. Maybe it's like, maybe Kane takes the mantle of what John Wick has, and it's like you just kind of follow Kane now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, Kane now is the character, and it continues from his perspective.
Yeah.
Now, which I think would be great, because it's the same sort of deal. He's got out, and now there's going to be something that drags him back in.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to it anyways.
Definitely. And, just in case you didn't know, this man is blind. Well, not Donnie Yen, but the character. And his action sequences in 4 was some of the most intriguing parts of it. Like, he leaves like the door things, so the door sensor, so when someone walks past it does like a ding, so he knows there's someone there, and he leaves them all over so he knows where everyone is.
Yeah, he uses a bit of echolocation as well, which I think is pretty cool. No, he had some of the best action sequences in the entire John Wick franchise, so it'd be really nice to see him on screen again, kicking some ass.
Yeah, no.
Seeing what he goes through in his story. I think it'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
But,
let us know how excited you are for that one, guys. But anyway, let's get on to our next topic. We've got our first look at The Last of Us Season 2. I like what you've done with that. I actually didn't look at that. Alright, I like that one. This is the way. Shut the fuck up, Joel. We've got Pedro Pascal rocking that little bit of longer hair, which suits him. Bella Ramsey back at it. Now, obviously they're doing Season 2 right now. I want to ask you first, what do you think of the images? It's stuff we've seen before, but there's something I want to get into about these images coming out.
Actually, like, indirectly, I've actually just come across seeing, it was like a 5-second...
I've seen it too.
The footage from set, and I'm like, that's just cemented to me now where they're taking this. Like, this is not... we theorised that they maybe would sort of, like, extend the first part of the second game and just give a bit more in between. I mean, they might still do that, but it's looking like it's literally just starting exactly where the part 2 starts, which, if you're a fan of the show, just avoid spoilers. Do not go online and search anything about part 2.
I had a mate who I worked with, and he hadn't played the games at all. Older fellow, not a gamer, and he watched Last of Us, and he was like, oh, and he just Googled it and just had it absolutely spoiled for him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, don't Google it. Just avoid it. It's it's not like Iron Man's gonna fly in or a certain cameo or anything like that.
All right, but now they know that Iron Man won't fly in, so you spoil it for him in that regard. Someone could have been expecting that.
No, but it's not like when you see, like, sort of, say, for example, a Marvel leak, it's, it's like, ooh, intriguing, interesting. But this is like, there's nothing in there in that, same sense. It's literally just spoilers.
Yeah.
The plot.
Yeah, no, definitely. So. But, one thing I do want to talk about a bit more with this is these images have come out. We know Bella's great. We know Pedro's great. It seems like we're back to square one, and a lot of people are giving Bella shit again for being Ellie. And it's like, guys, didn't we get over this? Did you not watch the first season? She was fantastic. I get it. She doesn't look as old as Ellie looked in the second game. But it's not like she has to go up against people who look older than her. They've cast around her. If you've seen who they've cast as Dina, if you've seen who they've cast as Abby, they have cast people around Bella. It's not like she's going to be going up against a 6-foot woman with massive arms. That's not happening. They've kept it round Bella. All we care, I think I'm going to speak for us both here, Kyle. All we care about is she's a great actress. And you'd know that if you'd watched Game of Thrones, when a lot of people found out about her, and then she got cast as Ellie, and a lot of people were like, but still we're both saying to each other, but she's fantastic in Game of Thrones, so she'll do a good job at this. And she had 2 episodes last season that she had to carry by herself. And I love Pedro Pascal, I do. But I didn't miss Joel once, because she was that great in it. Anything you want to add to
that? Avoid spoilers where possible. Well, avoid them if you can, because, it looks like they're going, like, just from that little bit of on-set footage, it's like, no, this is part 2 of the game.
Yeah.
And, we still don't know if they'll split it into two separate seasons. So
I think they've already confirmed that they're going to do 2 and 3, season 2 and 3, as the second game.
I wonder then, how are they going to...
Yeah, I wonder what the end point's going to be. I really wonder what the end point's going to be.
Because the only thing I can really think of is maybe, like, we stop following Ellie at the end of season 2, and then we sort of follow Abby in season 3 for a majority of it.
No, I don't think they'll do that. I think we will get... Because then you're facing the same problem... minor spoilers. Then you're facing the same problem that the game faced, which is you just chuck Ellie to the side, and it's like, now you're following this character that you know nothing about. I think it's very much going to be evenly spread out.
Well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean...
Well, look at Game of Thrones storytelling. They go from one side of the globe to the other in the same episode, and you're still connected to what's going on. Even though these characters have never interacted or all like that. Different parts of the world, but the story all flows together.
But how are you going to do the... Actually, wait, hang on. I don't know what point it takes place in, but I have an idea. I'm not going to say anything, but there's a point in the game
Theatre.
where it's like... It's around the theatre. It's around the theatre, and then there's a bit with one of Abby's friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably a good place to end it, because it's like you've had some time with Abby, and it's like, oh, you kind of get to feel a bit sympathetic for her, and then it leaves it on this sort of cliffhanger kind of thing with what happens, because you connect with the character a bit better. Again, it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Pedro looks great. Bella looks great. She's a great actress. She's going to do a great job. She already has done a great job. She's proven herself in this role, so I don't see why people are still complaining about it. But then again, these people are saying, you should have recast her, should have gone older. There would have been people, probably like myself, going, come on, Bella were great, keep her. But anyway, I'm happy that the ball's rolling on this, and it looks like it's probably nearly finished now. Because, these are official images that have come out, and then there's set leak videos. They kind of shoot the in-public stuff kind of last if they can. Sometimes, it depends how production goes. And we know Pedro's going to be shooting Fantastic Four very soon. So, do you think we could get to see this same time we saw the first season? Like January 25, maybe?
Could be, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, Maybe. I mean, they still got to work out.
Then I know it's 25. They did say it's 25, so maybe in middle of the year.
Maybe we'll have to wait and
Maybe.
see. It's
Anyway,
just good. It's good to see that
Yeah.
it's being made, and it's for fans that know what happens in the second game. It's like it's set it in stone, just with some simple images. It's like, okay, no, they are going all in for it,
Going all in.
which I'm happy about. Because it's sticking to the game, and like I don't really like the story of the game. So this is like one of the times where I'm like, do you know what? Just fucking Hollywood can fuck this up and do something different.
They're in a brilliant position here. They know what people didn't like about that. They've already put the product out there. They've market tested it with something else, and they can go, all right, this is what we can do a little bit different. This is what the little criticisms were, and we can improve in these areas.
We'll have to wait and see how they pull this off. I mean,
they literally had the benefit of hindsight.
I know, but I don't think they'll still change much of it because that's literally what the story is. I just personally, I didn't connect with it at all. I know it's like say Gen V. You really liked it. You really connected with the characters. I didn't. I found them all just kind of like I didn't really care for them except for maybe one or two. So that's where there's that's where the issue kind of is.
Marie. Anyway, let's get on to our fourth and final topic. Hawkeye Season 2. This is coming from My Time to Shine. Hello. Apparently, Hawkeye has been renewed for a second season. Apparently, it's going to heavily include Clint's brother. And it has been pitched as similar to The Raid. Kate and Clint are going to be stuck in one area and they need to fight their way out. Sort of like Dread. Now, let's just say this is just a rumour for now, so we don't know if this is actually going to happen or not. But let's just talk about Season 1 and what things that we could do to make things better for a Season 2. Because Season 1 of Hawkeye wasn't perfect. But are you happy we're getting a Season 2?
If you told me this was happening before Marvel were reworking everything, I would have been like, for fuck's sake, why? Like, no. Not because I hate the character of Hawkeye or anything like that, or even the new Mantle by Kate Bishop. It's nothing to do with that. It's
great in the role.
Yeah, it's that Disney Plus format with shows. I really dislike it. I can't stand it.
Might be done now, because one thing I was going to say to fix, one fix right away for Season 2 is let us know who the villain is, let us know who the players are. Because it seemed like they went through that phase of Disney Plus and it was like, well, we need a big reveal at the end, so it's who's the villain? Who's
annoying.
Who's the power broker?
I'll be honest, I think this would probably work a bit better if it was a film, like a nice, not like I don't want to say low budget in a bad way, but like a nice. You don't need a big budget for this. It's bows and arrows and guns, and do a film like The Raid. I haven't seen The Raid, but I've heard nothing but great things. But do that as a film. I think that'll be very fun.
I'd say think about Dread as well. Obviously, you're saying that fighting the way up.
Yeah,
that were great. Now, do you think maybe this could get hit with the R rating? We know they're very open to that now. Now, Hawkeye, the only problem I'd say with that is he's an Avenger. And I think they kind of want to protect that brand a bit more. But if there's any Avenger I see going R rated, it's Clint.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. I think, the R rating is saved for special.
Well, it's safer if the story calls for it.
I suppose, yeah, but I mean, again, if they're doing a show, I don't think it'll be R-rated. If they decide to turn it into a film, kind of like how they did with Armor Wars, I think it's very possible.
I don't think they'll turn this to a film. I think they're going to keep the budget low and make a Disney Plus series out of it. What's one thing that you think, though, that they could do to improve for a second season?
Well, like I said, I think it'd be better as a movie, to be honest. I'm not really that excited about this. I'll be honest. Just, I love Hawkeye, the character, and the first season had some cool moments, but other than that, again, it's a Disney Plus-ified show, and it was just shite.
Yeah.
In that regard. Like, it wasn't shit, it had all the things a Disney Plus show has, the mysterious villain, the runtime of the episodes, the actual episodes in the season itself, the, unpredictable, it's not clear.
The rush at the end.
Yeah, the rush at the end, and then it's not clear with a lot of Disney Plus shows. Are we getting a season 2?
The only time it's ever been clear is when Loki finished, and it said Loki will return for season 2.
That's the only time.
The only time it's ever been clear.
Yeah.
Now,
again, I think this probably work. I personally think this would work better as a film.
I agree with you that it would work better as a film. I just don't think Disney is willing to put the money into a Hawkeye movie.
It just sounds so dramatic, like, oh, the Hawkeye trailer is out, the Hawkeye movie. It's like, that just sounds good. It's like Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, and I love Jeremy Renner, and I think we would have got news on this a lot sooner, which I'm kind of glad we didn't, because obviously the creative overhaul and stuff like that. Obviously, he had that terrible accident. When was that? 22?
I think so.
When he got fucking run over by a snowplow. So, yeah, I think we'd have heard news on this a bit sooner. I'm glad. I want to see Renner back. I'm pretty sure he said, he did an interview, didn't he, a while ago, and he said he'll come back whenever. If I'm remembering correctly, I think we talked about that. But another thing that I think they could do to improve it is, Hawkeye Season 1, we had Echo, Kate's mum, the LARPers, the swordsman? He's, the stepdad or whatever he was. Kingpin. Yelena. It felt like they tried to cram a lot into it.
I mean, it's not really the same, but you had, like, Ronan as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I would have much preferred them focusing on Hawkeye's story as, dealing with that Ronan thing a bit more. Because that was a really interesting
They announced
bit.
the show as well, is Kevin Feige. This show will focus on, this show will spend a little bit of time on what Clint was doing as Ronan. And yeah, to be fair, we did get it. But I think a thing we can do to improve it is make it about these two. Because they made it about Echo as well. They made it about Yelena.
I mean, as well, I know, like, we got Fisk.
And you got to remember, the time this came out is round about when Spider-Man No Way Home came out. And when we got that Fisk reveal, I was just... And then it was the same night we were seeing No Way Home. So that day, for me, was... Oh my god, fucking Vincent D'Onofrio's just come back as Kingpin. And then later that night, oh my fucking god, Charlie Cox is back as Daredevil. I'm gonna jizz.
Yeah, so I think it would have been really cool to see a little fight sequence between Daredevil and Ronan. That would have been a great way to say, oh, Daredevil's back and it's Charlie Cox. But at the same time, it's like, that reveal in No Way Home was just fucking great.
Yeah.
So I think probably, like, it was good that they did it on the sort of same day, but, if they did it in the sense of, like, if the show was after the film, and we already knew Daredevil was back, and then this is our, like, first fight sequence of Daredevil in the MCU.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, and to be fair, the She-Hulk fight scenes were good, but that played to the comedic side of it. That was happening, and one thing that really fucking pissed me off in She-Hulk is the fucking cock teased us so much. He went down that corridor, he had a little fight in the corridor, and then loads of fucking guys ran in, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I grabbed you. I was like, it's gonna happen. And then, fucking, boom, Tatiana Maslany through the fucking roof.
One of the things I really disliked was the just when they're at the car park and they actually have their first fight, and he sort of like does this weird flip, and it's like, mate, you'd be fucking dead. Like Daredevil's not superhuman, so why the fuck can he do this stuff? Anyways, going back onto Hawkeye.
He's very acrobatic though.
Yeah, he is.
You know, and
still,
one of the
no-
showrunners came out from the original Netflix show and said if we could have had Daredevil moving like that in our show, if we had the budget for it, we would have done.
I don't like it. I prefer the gritty and grounded.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm 100% with you on that. It's just, I think they were trying to touch more of that comic book side of like Daredevil is this acrobat.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about Daredevil. Hawkeye season 2. I'm intrigued. I love Jeremy Renner. I love Haley Steinfeld. I think get him out of that Christmas setting. Give us a villain that's set. We know what's happening. We know who the villain is. We know who the players are. And I just want to see some bow and arrow destruction. Like, I don't know, fighting out over... Fuck it, put them in a massive tower block like Dredd. Like the Raid.
I think one of the cool things in the Hawkeye show was just the... when he makes the arrow super big using pin particles on the bridge. I thought that was really cool. And then we didn't really get anything else. I like that sort of... Just that, you know, in the action sequences, just add a little like nod to you know, you're in this universe, all these other things exist.
Yeah, I love that nod, and it's like, oh, they kind of played off that Jeremy Renner, Paul Rudd relationship that they have, like, you know, in their interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
And they kind of was like, oh, let's make it so these guys are actually kind of tight, and he give him a Pym arrow. You know, we know Hank Pym would not be very happy about that getting out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So, thumbs up or thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for Hawkeye Season 2?
I'm going to say in the middle.
With a slight 15-degree variation?
No, it's
10
staying in the middle. It's staying in the middle until I see something from a Disney Plus show, which is obviously Daredevil. You can expect it to be good now with all the reshoots and everything. But, you know, anything else, I'm just like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. But, guys, that will do us for today. So, let us know what you thought about all these wonderful topics we talked about. Dune, Prophecy. You excited for it? John Wick spin-off. Kane. You excited for it? Last of Us Season 2. You excited for it? Hawkeye Season 2. Kyle's not excited for it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Kyle, anything you want to say before we go?
No, I'm good.
Right, you need to clarify what you was going to say then, because that really sounded like you was going to shout the M word.
No, I was going to say no.
Well, I know that, but... Yep, Movies and Beyond, cancelled. Forever gone. And always forgotten. Anyway, it seems like we've... Seems like we passed the 160 subscriber curse now. So, thank you everybody for subscribing. Kyle put in so much work subscribing and unsubscribing.
Nah, it wasn't me. I genuinely found it kind of fucked up. It just kind of kept dropping, but rising. So, yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, share, show us to your mother, all that good shit. And Kyle needs to get off now because it's sex night. See you later.